Suicide doors, life on the ropes. Two party they on coke. Yeah. Two slide when I show. Tell her get it out the flow. I told her get it out the dope.
So, Turning Point USA, which is Charlie Kirk's organization, the deceased Charlie Kirk organization, they are coming out and saying because Jay-Z people, he's the NFL entertainment coordinator, okay? So all of the shit that you all see going on with the NFL, who picks the people for the halftime, Super Bowl halftime events, this shit runs through Jay-Z and his department. Nevertheless, Turning Point, who's very much adamantly pissed off and upset about the Super Bowl coming this 2025 or 2026, excuse me, Super Bowl appearance by that of Bad Bunny, have said that they are putting together their very own halftime show. Now, Turning Point USA said on their halftime performance, or I keep saying halftime, Super Bowl halftime performance show would consist of that of Kid Rock, Ted Nugent, Travis Tritt, Jason Aldean, Aaron Lewis, John Rich, Lee Greenwood, and 4G Auto Blow. Now, it speaks to the level of saying Americans. But I have to ask this pertinent question, which is, are people who don't want to see that fuck shit, are they not Americans? You know, I think the larger thing here is we are actually starting to see, not that we didn't see it before, but the difference is now that the things that we are abruptly seeing are filmed. We can actually put our hands on this shit now, versus before we couldn't do that. But we are able to put our hands on this acute racism. America has an acute racism problem. That is the whole point of what we're dealing with. This guy, Charlie Kirk, his organization, Turning Point, these people are fucking racist. This man was funded by some billionaire mogul. And I think back to what my sister Joy Reid said, like, what the fuck are white people so goddamn angry about? Like, you motherfuckers control all gamuts of everything out there fucking moving today. Y'all control it. You control the banks, television, everything out there. It's the sports world. All of this shit here, you all control. Now, like I said, I'm sitting here and I know that Jay-Z is behind the halftime show of the Super Bowl. But you know what? I think probably after this year, with all of the backlash that they're actually getting, they're probably going to take the shit from Jay-Z. But let me say this because I think the larger issue and the larger problem becomes this. These racist white people out here who feel like they are being replaced. Okay? What you all have to understand is the NFL is a business. First and foremost, it is a business. What the NFL conducts, what they do, they are trying to grow their brand globally. Nobody gives a fuck about your feelings about white folks not being represented. When you go into the NFL and you look, I would say about 80% of the players are black players. So could you imagine if those black players said, man, fuck this shit. We're going to take 3 Sundays off. We're not going to play. If all of the black players that play in the NFL today and said, fuck this shit, we're going to take 3 days off and not fucking play. Back to back. Can you imagine how shit would collapse? If niggas just say, man, we are tired of this fuck shit that we have to deal with, the shit that these racist ass white people are putting our family members, our people through. We don't want to deal with this fuck shit anymore. So what I'm saying is, you know, you got Charlie Kirk's organization, Turning Point, up here talking about, and it's under the tutelage now of his wife, Erica Kirk, the one with the three K's in her name. Um, but the point is that racist white America is sending a message. They're actually sending a message. The scary part to me is that most niggas out there don't understand and don't see what the fucking message is. Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA throwing its own Super Bowl halftime show to outperform Bad Bunny. So this is the shit that I'm talking about, where they are wanting to try to send and convey a message. Um, I don't know if this to be fact, but anyway, Patrick Mahomes says, "I'm an American. I would rather take part in an all-American event to honor Charlie Kirk that joined the NFL circus." Now, I don't know this to be fact. This is some shit that was sent to me. If it is, or if it isn't, they have his image on it. But this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, I hear all of the time about the divisiveness of shit going either left or right. Like, I don't see people of color dividing shit. I see white supremacists who are, you know, not happy with the way things are going, feel like they're being replaced, and they're displaced at this point. For the longest, as I was talking to Mr. Producer, and we had this conversation the other day, and I specifically told him, I said, Mr. Producer, there was a point in time that the powers to be in these United States of America pushed, they pushed abortion to black women. They pushed sterilization to black women. All of the things that they did, putting black men in prison, all this shit, to keep our numbers low so they could keep white supremacy high, their numbers high. Now, God is showing them, as we have served our time through the captivity that we were placed here in the United States by not adhering to the law, statutes, commandments of God, being the children of Israel, who we are. Our time is served. Now the roles are being reversed. And God is starting to punish this white boy for his wickedness. One of the ways he's doing it is by placing some of the same burdens that were placed on us, be that as the white man has low sperm count. The white woman has all types of fertility issues. So they're not reproducing at the level that they need to keep their numbers up. So this is part of the Project 2025 bullshit that Trump and them are trying to implement, because really and truly what they want to do is kick all of the people of color out so they can keep their numbers at a higher level than people of color. That's what all this shit is about, people. So when you go out here and you bring a Bad Bunny to host a halftime show, basically what you're doing, you're telling white people that, hey, wait a minute, you don't matter anymore. And they, white people, all the shit that you see going on, these motherfuckers are terrified. They're scared. They're scared. So now They got a petition going out where they're trying to get this washed up ass country singer George Strait to come perform. Listen, people, let me say this. Let me say this. This is what people need to understand. Jay-Z controls the Super Bowl halftime show. Jay-Z don't give a fuck about who you all bring because he's not going to change the fucking halftime show ticket. And everybody is mad about, well, I say everybody. I'm not a fan of this bad, but I don't know very much about him. But this is the point. The point is that white America is upset and they're going to have ICE around the facility at the Super Bowl. Don't you motherfuckers know that Bad Bunny is an American? The Puerto Ricans is a territory of the United States. And it shows you the level of stupidity and ignorance that these motherfuckers running government that they are a part of. Now you talk about DEI hire. These motherfuckers are a complete DEI hire. How can any motherfucking nigga, a fucking nigga, support this fuckery? How? That's what we do here on the Chris Miles Show. We tell fucking truth. We step on toes. We make motherfuckers mad, but we make motherfuckers think. White America is showing you implicitly, inexplicably, how upset they are. Turning Point USA have come up with their own fucking halftime show. You talk about divisiveness. This shit here is divisiveness on all fucking levels. That's what we're dealing with. That's what this shit is. We have to see how this shit is going to turn out. I'm sitting back. I tell everybody, man, black people, stay the fuck out the way, man. Let these motherfuckers do what the fuck they're doing. This ain't our fight. Once again, Turning Point USA have put together a collage of their own entertainers, musicians, led by that of Kid Rock. This is for the American halftime show and Super Bowl performers. Ted Nugent, Travis Tritt, Jason Aldean, Aaron Lewis, John Rich, Lee Greenwood, and 4G Auto Blow. Seems like a fucking Klan rally to me, if you want to be, just complicit about it. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Listen, man, I think what needs to happen is we see on the level where this shit is going in the United States, we got a fucking, a man that's controlling government who's a known sexual trafficker, who's a fucking known pedophile, who's doing shit to keep these goddamn Epstein files from coming out. This is who these people on this goddamn list has chose to lead them. This is no different than they gave us Cedric Borgier, who is a goddamn homosexual, and told us that this man was Jesus Christ. These are the people who we're dealing with, people. How can y'all can't get this shit fucked up? Let's deal with the facts of what the facts are. These are the motherfucking people who are mad about the Super Bowl halftime show in 2026. I always say there's no getting along with these people, man. There's no getting along with them. And for any nigga out there, that associate themselves with this bullshit, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Now, I'm not saying that you associate with the Democrat Party, because neither party has ever done a fucking thing for us. But how do you associate with a group of people that fucking hate your goddamn guts? We're going to talk about the young Republicans coming up. That's something that was exposed by that of Politico. We want to thank everybody for listening to the Chris Miles Show. I am your host, Chris Miles, coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Until next time, everybody out there, be blessed and be safe. Be sure to go over and subscribe to our Substack.
Run that back, turbo.